Wow, this looks like a real professional-like broadcast.
You promised it would get better every week.
Yes, every week is better than the last.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I think that's the same promise I made when I married you.
Aww.
It actually wasn't. I'm lying.
Okay.
Well, hello, good evening. Welcome to Phydeaux, your only source for bad dog. Go lie down. We have Livestream 34, is it?
Which is
Coming to you courtesy of StreamYard, our new streaming software. You'll see a little logo up there in the right-hand corner. I've tried a couple of other, what do they call these things? Streaming software? Yeah, a couple of other streaming softwares. And I will guarantee you this is the best. I did not have to spend any time whatsoever learning it. And I don't want to learn streaming software. I want to draw a darn comic strip. And even if you look down in the corner here, we have PhydeauxTheComicStrip.com. So I don't have to have that piece of paper up here anymore. StreamYard was helpful enough to tell me that I should use a cable rather than just Wi-Fi. So perhaps people will be able to see and hear this broadcast. Who knows? And I have a bigger depth of field now, so that perhaps the camera won't be confusing itself with the focus. Before what would happen by drawing and start to focus on my hands, and then, well, now the strip's not focused. So
it is a lot clearer.
Yeah, we won't have. Hopefully, we won't have that problem this year. All right, let me go over what we've got done. Oh, wait a minute. Shoot colors. You have Monday and Tuesday over there, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, give me those back so I can.
No, just Tuesday. You have Monday.
Okay.
Well, you have Tuesday.
Give me those back so I can show everyone how far ahead we are. Next week, the colorist already has a couple of them. So yes, I'm ahead of schedule by at least 2-3 days. And you get to see what they look like colored. Well, here's next week. We start with Monday. Wow, with this larger depth of field, I can put the whole strip in here. You know,
I know, that's what you
don't have to do the panning. And I don't want to really turn the light on because, okay, everyone cover their eyes. It gives you that horrible glare up here. How does that glare look? Is that like really annoying?
It hasn't come up yet on my screen.
Yeah. Is that glare up there really annoying?
It hasn't come up yet on my screen.
I'll put that up.
Oh, there it is. No, it's not bad, actually.
Okay, so I'll put that up there to cover the glare through most of the broadcasts.
Yeah, not that bad, really.
All right. We have Phydeaux and Felicia. Felicia says, I feel terrible. Phydeaux says, good. Why can't you be nice? This is me being nice.
Nope.
So what I'll do is I'll go back and do the perspective lines for the floorboards. So let's put this aside out of the way. Here's Tuesday. She hasn't finished it yet. She still has to do the couch. Felicia, Dino, Bo, Phydeaux. Hello, my humans. Don't you know cats are man's best friend? Since when? Since she needs something. That is Tuesday. Still a lot of coloring work to be done. All righty then. Let's put these aside. So Wednesday. Don't know what to do with that one. Wednesday. I think I have this all inked. Yeah, just got to do erasures on this one. We have just about the entire cast. Felicia is hugging Bo. What do you want? I don't believe this. Just because I'm nice, you think I'm after something. Where to dry cat food? Go out and buy me a lobster. And actually, the original writing, was lobster roll, but I thought that was kind of too low scale,
Too New England, as opposed to lobster.
Yeah, lobster's $5 a pound, where a lobster roll is only $20. Actually, where's lobster $5 a pound? Isn't that about
I have no idea.
a pound?
I haven't had a lobster or looked for lobster in a long time.
Yeah. All right, let's put that aside. I
Lobster.
gotta do the erasures on that sucker. Okay, completely new storyline. This is Thursday. Dino and there's Phydeaux and Felicia looking on. This article says that a dating profile pic with a cat will make me look better. Felicia's already, I don't want to do it. What about dogs? It doesn't say. We'll hook you up. Felicia's trying to walk off. Fido's got her by the shoulder. And they finally do the photo with Phydeaux doing the rabbit ears over Dino's head, little tail wagging, and Felicia just doesn't look like she wants to be there. There is the... And actually continuing that storyline into Friday, which we usually find ourselves in a bar, but we don't until the last panel. Dino comes to Phydeaux and Felicia. My online dating profile pic worked. Who would have thought that taking a picture with a cat would make me look good? Thanks to you, Felicia. Someone named Molly is meeting me at the bar. And you're not a cat. Is the profile pic from yesterday. And I guess Molly was expecting to meet Felicia. So Molly's a character that the chief colorist has created. I'd always do cats in the background just hanging out with Felicia. And she did one that looked like a Dalmatian, spots. The white, the spotted cat.
Yeah.
So it became a recurring character. So hopefully the chief colorist will know what colors do on Molly there.
Purple.
And this is a Saturday strip. I was getting so far ahead, I stopped myself. Okay, I did the lettering for this one, but I wanted to at least do some inking today. Let's see. Phydeaux is holding his golf club up over a mousetrap. Mouse waiting patiently, and Dino's catching all this. He's the witness to add for the humor. He sets it off with his golf club. The cheese flies up. Thanks, Phi! As he walks off with the cheese. Be careful with these things. You could hurt a mouse. Bo completely defeated. And just to keep me from doing any further work on these things, I just did another one. So this will go for next week. Phydeaux and Felicia are let's see, where are they? Well, Phydeaux and Felicia are writing on Post-it notes their names and placing them on items around the apartment to mark them as their territory. Actually, something my sister Lisa and I once did in preparation for a relative dying. This is mine. This is mine.
Did you ever make those things?
No.
I didn't think so.
So Phydeaux puts his Post-it note on the couch. This is mine, and she said, "This is mine." And I guess she's doing a litter box, and she puts one on Bo's forehead. This and this, and Phydeaux slaps one on Jane's ass. And this, I get this. They're taking the humans as property. And then they come up to Dino. You take them. Only if I get the couch, too. Nobody wants Dino. All right. Let me do the lettering on this one first, so I got a chance to let things dry and get to the other stuff and maybe return to this later on. Everyone should remember that cartoonists are the filthiest creatures upon the face of this earth. So I have to put on a glove. And where are they? And the gloves, of course, come courtesy of company address. Room 404. Floor 4. Building 43. Shanghai Checker Building. Number 568, 3 and 4. Building Bulong Road, Shanghai 4th, Bataan, Logang, Shenzhen, Gongdeng, China. Yeah. Love that address. Envelope's going to be this big. All right. Where are... I will choose a weapon. And no, this is not an ashtray. Remember our new brush we didn't like, well, we love it, but we can't use it here because it has such a, it doesn't have a fine point. Actually, these things are in descending order of fineness. That would be the bluntest, the old brush I wore down, one of the better ones, and this would be our finest candidate for the day. I hate to use it for lettering, but I want to use the same brush for everything else today.
Excuse me, dear husband.
Yeah, what's up?
Could I have the strip that I was coloring?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, take both of these just to get them out of my hands.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Oh, that is such a beautiful sky.
No, it's not. It's cloudy
Yes, it
as hell.
Yeah, but it's pretty fluffy clouds and nice white
That's
birds.
horrible. Horrible. Cloudy as
Whatever.
hell.
Okay. I guess I just find the beauty in everything.
Okay, maybe we won't have sniffles in today's broadcast.
One can only hope.
One can only hope. We've been sniffing.
Cross our fingers.
We've been sniffing for months now.
And coughing. I'm over here like.
All right, let's get. Yeah, I'm not used to the camera up over my shoulder there.
I'm telling you, honey, it looks a lot better.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
Well, we have it on a cable now, a network cable rather than Wi-Fi. I think that's the biggest difference.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the thing. How do I get in here comfortable? Let's see. I'm going to probably jiggle the camera for a second.
Oh, no.
Because I've got to move this wire. All right. Now, yeah, I'm sliding in. So this thing is literally on my shoulder. You might see my ugly profile in the...
It is a handsome profile with rakishly beautiful hair.
I did not even comb my hair today.
Yeah, I know. You just say that to make me jealous.
Hey, roll out of bed. Don't even brush or comb my hair. Good thing I brushed my teeth the night before. Otherwise, I'd be going with complete sore mouth. Literally roll out of bed and go to work. I didn't get to bed till 3 a.m. last night, so rolling out of bed at 11 to do a podcast at 12 is...
I went to bed at like 12, right? Or 1.
Yeah.
I went to bed early-ish. I slept until 11. I guess I needed some sleep.
Well, you declared yesterday cuddle day, and you didn't do any cuddling, so yeah.
I did too. You just didn't come and join me. Bad Phydeaux.
Oh well. Let's see, where is that? All right, let's put. Oh. Still trying to get organized here. Okay. So in the talking points this week, looks like Disney's lost Reedy Creek. I mean, we've already stated that last week.
Get out your baseball cards, people.
As predicted. And it's good news and bad news for Disney. Hey, don't have to worry about buying a new fire truck.
Well, they don't have to do.
But they have to go through building permits now. Yeah, I've been through that.
I know.
I've been through that hell.
I know, but I couldn't believe that they went all this time without having to get permits.
Oh yeah.
Or any kind of like.
Well, Walt lied to them and told them they were going to build a city.
I know, but even so.
And then the city turned into Epcot, an amusement park.
You realize, I know. You realize Walt lied to them like 70 years ago,
1967.
All right, so 67?
Yeah,
really?
I
Okay,
think
so
I think
55
that.
years ago.
Yeah. This is a long time coming.
I know it was. It's
And,
definitely a long time ago.
And the Florida governor gets to take credit for it. It should have been done by politicians.
He himself should have done it too earlier.
Yeah, that they just weren't on anyone's mind. Disney should have kept a lower profile.
No, they weren't pissing anybody off. Then they started to piss people off, and it was like, uh-oh. But anyway, how is the weather out there today? How's that blizzard coming? You're supposed to have had another blizzard yesterday.
So how's it going, Mr. Iger? Let's see. You lost Reedy Creek. Your movies are tanking. You're losing billions on Disney Plus. The whole Chapek firing makes you look bad. The death of Star Wars as a brand, and Kevin O'Leary outs you on the FTX crypto scam that you got into. Yeah, it's good. It's a rough year already.
And it's only the beginning of March.
I wonder how much he lost on FTX. Was it Tom Brady money?
Probably. Tom Brady lost money and lost Giselle money. He must be hurting right now. Have they announced which newscaster team he's going to join?
Well, he's a weatherman.
No. Brady.
Oh, Brady. Oh, yeah. No, who knows? He's just going to do some. I guess he's going to pull a Teddy Bruschi and claim to be a announcer. Just show up half a dozen times and call it a career.
What is Teddy Bruschi doing now?
No idea.
He's got to be doing something because he has to pay the bills.
So we would show you the preview for Peter Pan and Wendy. However, apparently Disney puts up copyright strikes for anyone who plays it. They seem to have a lot of confidence in this film if they won't allow people to give them free advertising on it.
See, it used to be all news was good news. No, what's the terminology?
Well, as long as they're talking about
as
you.
long as they're talking about you, yeah. It's when they stop talking about you that there's a problem.
Well, I think Dave Filoni is trying to pull that with Star Wars because he's saying Luke was not a Jedi. Like he's trying to talk. He's saying something provocative to bait people to start talking about Star Wars again. And it's like, who gives a fuck? He's a sea cow titty sucking incel. I don't care. You guys ruined Luke Skywalker. Jedi, not Jedi, who cares? Yes, the film was called Return of the Jedi.
But we didn't mean it when we said it.
But yeah, that doesn't mean anything. And Yoda just saying, "You've learned everything you need to learn. You just have to face Vader. You are a Jedi now." Oh, you see, as Mr. Filoni explains, he didn't go through the school that didn't exist anymore. Mr. Filoni, nice try. I still don't give a flying fig about Star Wars anymore. You ruined the brand. I can't even watch A New Hope. You've destroyed episode 4.
That's a crying shame.
Disney. I'm not saying Mr. Filoni. Mr. Filoni's done a few good things with Clone Wars, and I think he's involved with Mandalorian. Or if that's all.
I think isn't he sort of a partner with oh my God, his name just went completely out of my head. Wow, I can see him. I knew his name half a second ago.
Yeah, I know that happens to me all the time.
Oh my God. Jon
Favreau. Yeah, well, Favreau was the man to give credit for The Mandalorian until season 3 hit. I don't think I need to go over and review Mandalorian season 3 as it's been done by people who are better at it than I am. But they're baptizing this Mandalorian kid in water that seems to be less than waist height. And then like 5 feet away from them, this 100-foot alligator just pops out of the water at them. I mean, was it hiding under the water? Maybe there's a big cliff that drops off right after that, less than 5 feet away from where they're. And then
you don't know.
And then the alligator proceeds to just sort of sit there on the beach and go around and eat them. And the Mandalorians are going pew 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 with their little guns. The most ineffective warriors on this planet. No wonder why the stormtroopers look good. Were able to look good if these are their competition. And then they shoot grappling hooks at it as if we're going to keep this thing from getting. No, this thing isn't trying to get away. This thing's happy to sit there and kill you losers. Yeah, and they got these tiny little, maybe half hockey puck sized bombs that they place on its armored exterior. Put it in its mouth. You know, its mouth. He's eaten enough of you guys. You got easy access to its mouth.
Put one inside of you, and then have it eat you.
So after that opening sequence, punched out. I'm out. This is garbage. And I'm told I did not miss anything because really nothing happened. Nothing happened in that episode.
We did find the show, though.
Yes, I do believe we did.
We did. We found the consultant.
The consultant, yeah. How do we go? I was planning on taking you to another show, and you said no. I don't want to see it. It was on Netflix.
Yeah, I have been watching the show you were going to take.
Something about women with superpowers.
It's called like Power or something like that.
Yeah.
But I have been watching the ads for that show so many times, and for some reason I don't like the looks of it. I don't like.
Isn't it funny when the ads make you not want to see a show?
I know.
On Paramount, Star Trek Picard, the ads for Picard season 3 make me not want to see the show. They're doing a horrible job.
Everybody's telling you.
So we were going to this show where women had superpowers, and I said, okay, maybe let's look at some hot girls. No problem.
And
Nope.
I said to you, no.
You would not allow me. So the next thing, literally to the left of it on Amazon Prime, was The Consultant.
And I think I saved us. I don't know if we would have watched The Consultant had not for what I did.
Completely at random. We picked it was new on Amazon Prime. It said comedy drama. That's what saved it. So okay, I can use comedy.
It was pretty good.
Now, who was the actor who played the consultant? He did other stuff.
Oh God, I knew you were going to ask me that. I should have started to look it up.
I probably should have wrote it down. But what? He's more famous for playing the Nazi in Glorious Bastards.
Yeah,
if you remember that scene where the Jewish people are hiding under the floor, and the Nazi comes in, he's sitting at the table and talking, and you can see through the floorboards that people looking up at him. That actor is the consultant. Plays Regis Patoff, or registered U.S. patent.
Don't spoil it.
Spoil that whole thing. But
that was really cool, though, when they revealed that. I was like, oh my God, I knew that name meant something. That name did not sound right.
Yeah, you haven't hung around with enough Russians.
I was trying to think if it was some sort of anagram or something, or some sort of, devil thing. Like when my grandmother used to call the dog Lucifer, Satan, Beelzebub, and all that stuff. But no,
your grandmother called it dog.
And it was something.
Okay, sorry, we have to break into the broadcast here. Your grandmother called the dog Lucifer?
My cousin named the dog Satan.
Ah, got it.
Yeah, my cousin named his dog Satan.
Yeah.
Beautiful dog, beautiful Siberian Husky. Like, what do they call it? Symmetrical markings, or beautiful. Mm-hmm. And my cousin named him Satan. And for some reason, my grandmother could not. Well, she kept that in her head, but she didn't keep Satan specifically in her head, because she called this dog Lucifer. She called him Beelzebub. She called him Devil, I think. She called him everything but Lucifer. And it was like, Niena. I mean, everything but Satan, which was his name. It was weird.
So it's genetic that you have a tendency to forget names.
Oh, my grandmother called me Bobby Vicky until I was like, actually, no, I think she continued to call me Bobby Vicky right up until she passed away.
My grandmother called me Michael.
Yes, they did do that. One time in the car with my grandmother, she was trying to get Gail. I think she was trying to get Gail in the car, or my mother or I, one of the three of us. And she's like, Myrtle, Adele, Ray, Ina, whatever your name is. Christopher Waltz is the actor. Like, as in the dance, the waltz. So there was something else.
He played a great villain.
really, really good villain.
The rest of the characters in the entire TV show, you can just take or give or take. What's the word I'm looking for? They're not anything special, but he steals the show. He makes the show. It was a little weak in the end there when he comes up with the whole elephant idea.
Didn't care,
A
though,
little
'cause
bit, but yeah, didn't care because
Didn't care.
he enjoyed the
And they
character.
kind of had that going through the whole thing too. So
Yeah.
I mean, oh, he also played the bounty hunter in Dingo Unchained. He played King Schultz in Dingo Unchained, the actor.
And if the payoff for the entire TV show was the bit in the video game, was okay. The guy designs a video game where they have plates of glass. If you put too much weight on the plates of glass, they collapse and you lose the video game.
And they're
and that's how they kill the villain in the end.
And because I was gonna say, and their office is also mostly glass.
Yeah.
So there's like a glass staircase and a glass
walkway
leading to some of the administrative offices.
Now, here's the thing. I can see them making this into a series because now he just moves on to another company, and we reset all the horrible characters that I mentioned that I'm not mentioning because they're not worth mentioning.
Well, they say that this was a limited series, or did they say this was season 1?
I don't know. That's how blind we walked in on it.
That's true, we did. Because if this said season 1, then I'm thinking it's going to be like an American Horror Story, the next one. Because the next one will be a different company. Because they did, he did go visit that woman, remember?
Yeah, for like a robotics company.
Yeah, he did go visit her.
And they
gave her the same spiel that he had given the owner of this company. Anyway, I guess we recommend The Consultant, and hopefully we didn't
spoil too much of it.
Spoil it too much for you. But Rosebud was a slave.
Oh, gee. You mean he was Luke's father?
He was dead all along.
Yeah.
I see that.
All right. So let's go to where no man has gone before. Paramount.
Excuse me. Sorry about that.
No problem. Go to where no man has gone before, otherwise known as Paramount Plus. And we have it now because we got Walmart delivery and I guess
Walmart Plus.
And now they're giving out Paramount Plus free with Walmart Plus. This is probably a good idea because we would have never got it anyway.
Nope.
And I just realized Paramount Plus, that's the old CBS All Access.
Yep.
You know, they came this close to us subscribing because they were going to have Star Trek. And we said, oh, good, new Star Trek. And we expected it to be something that we would want to have. And then they came out with Discovery, which was still on broadcast in CBS. And we saw a couple of the episodes. And it was so bad. We said, no, we don't need CBS All Access. And now visiting Paramount Plus, you look at the wasteland that is their products. And you say, we've got 1834 here, 1923, all the Western stuff. And then we have that's Sylvester Stallone TV show over here. And if you got rid of all the Star Trek shit, it actually wouldn't be a bad service. I still haven't seen Picard season 3. I'm planning on binging it when they're done because I can't take the weekly TV show format anymore. I'm spoiled by the binge. But they're this close to being Andored. I'm not even going to bother with Cassie and Andor because I don't care about Star Wars anymore. I won't have this discussion with Dave Filoni about whether or not Luke Skywalker is a Jedi because I just don't care. That's how damaged the product has become. You could have fixed it during Rogue One. I warned you back then. Fire Kathleen Kennedy. Put someone in there who knows what they're doing. Put someone in there who knows what button you press to turn on the lightsaber. They made an entire film, and nobody was there on the staff, on the crew, who knew what button turned the lightsaber on. That's unforgivable. For the sci-fi stuff, you need to have a certain base knowledge. So depressing. What they've done to my sci-fi. Can anyone return to Doctor Who after hearing about the Timeless Children? Can anyone return to Star Wars after what they did to Luke Skywalker? Can anyone return to Star Trek after learning that he had a sister who was the bestest ever and so much better Vulcan than he was, even though she was only half Vulcan?
Well, he was half Vulcan. But yes.
I think they forgot that. So that makes her what, quarter Vulcan or what? Or just all human?
I don't think she has any Vulcan. She was a doctor, wasn't she?
Well, but she got the pointed ears, so I don't think they even know.
She doesn't have pointed ears.
Yes, she does. Mikey Spock has pointy ears.
Okay.
And everything she does is just so great and special.
Anyway, what we're talking about the consultant.
Well, we can't do spoilers in here, so
True.
there's not much more we can say.
True. We have to find another show.
Yeah. We have just about every streaming service now. We'll stumble upon something.
We don't have Hulu.
We don't need Hulu.
I
You
know.
get Hulu, and they try to give you Disney Plus.
I'm not saying we need it. I'm just saying we don't have Hulu.
And I so don't want to give any money to Disney. I'm not going to get Hulu. We had it briefly. A friend of hers gave her a $50 gift certificate to Hulu because she wanted her to watch Strangers in the Building. Is that
No,
the name?
only murders.
Only Murders in the Building. And
And I did, and it was fun.
oh yeah, it was okay. Steve Martin Short. What can you say? Can't go too wrong.
Nope. And Selena Gomez was good in it too.
Yeah. Was that Selena Gomez?
Really? I think so.
Well,
Yeah, I'm pretty jealous.
an actress hired to look like her.
No.
They're bringing Michelle Rodriguez into something I heard recently, and it's a joke. Why don't you just hire or save the money and hire someone who can act like her? Never mind. I'm going to leave that joke alone because I think it's kind of racist. So talk about the weather. No
Are we
racist.
expecting to have any storms this week? As we were expected to have storms all
Boy,
week.
did they screw that one up, huh?
Yep. Arguably, this last quote-unquote storm was worse than the first one they told us to prep for.
Hmm.
And it wasn't bad.
Now be sure, everybody, when you hear there's a storm, run to the supermarket, get your milk, eggs, and bread. Even if you don't use those products in normal life, Be sure.
You've never had toast.
Be sure to have them. Boy, these matches just not working. So remember, boys and girls, even you can be as cool as a cartoonist. All you need is a little bit of tobacco. I still haven't Still haven't finished my breakfast.
Are you taking a break anytime soon?
I think this is one.
What's that, Baba?
I think this is one.
Oh, okay. Just, could you give me some? Sorry, people.
Cheers. Coffee's cold.
I'm taking him away from the broadcast for maybe 20 seconds. How long does it take?
Yeah, let me keep that brush behind my head. Did I just hit the camera? It looks like I did.
I won't know for another 30 seconds because it's so far behind.
Actually, you're on some sort of commercial.
Oh, that's a website. That's not the on the show. Let me see where I am on the show.
Oh, wow.
So anyway, everybody, watch The Consultant. Get back to us. We'll give you our.
Don't get back to us. I don't want to hear what you have to say about anything. Seriously, do we care what they would have to say?
Of course we do.
Nah.
I don't know. Oh, there we see. We're already. That's how far back we are. That's how far back the live
Okay,
stream
you see
is.
this monitor here?
Yeah.
This is the live.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what you're running at.
Well, I'm still on the Wi-Fi.
I'm back. That was a long, tiring trip to the kitchen. And I know we just had.
Let's see, 1, 2, 12 feet.
I know we just had a coffee, but it wouldn't be tradition without today's non-alcoholic beer, which is Cerveza Atletica from the Athletic Brewing Company.
You want to make sure they maintain their rise in revenue, rise in sales.
Yes, all due to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like an easy paddle into a perfect swell, Cerveza Atletica is one smooth ride. Crafted with premium Vienna and Munich malts, it has a distinctive but delicate bread crust flavor with light, spicy, floral undertones. Dry, crisp, clean, and thirst quenching. It's an easy to drink summertime essential. Now, I'm going to complain. Hey, people, you got all this room on the can. Make the text just a little bit larger so an old man like me can read it. It's an eye test.
My mother, 87 years old, opened up the fortune cookie and read the fortune cookie. She didn't go get her glasses. She didn't have to adjust the light. She opened it up and read the fortune cookie. I'm like, what the hell, woman? Where'd you get your eyes from?
It's a rich, dark beer. Nice head. Good florals. Dry, hoppy. Yes, like coppery taste, you might say, like a dirty penny that you mistakenly put in your mouth. So, wait a minute. So we got the alcohol or non-alcohol. And of course, this is non-tobacco. This is tobacco-less tobacco, of course. Nicotine-free tobacco, of course. You know, I'm surprised they haven't made that yet. Enjoy all the pleasures of smoking without that nasty nicotine.
Didn't they do that with vapes?
Oh no, that the whole thing about vapes was a nicotine delivery system.
So then, what isn't it giving you vapes? It's not giving you.
I guess you're not sucking down the carcinogens. Instead, you're sucking down water vapor.
Because they've always encouraged you to suck on water vapor.
Well, you go outside, you're sucking on water vapor.
Not the same.
Half the atmosphere. So, amid clouds of billowing aromatic smoke, we continue. So, judges, is that a smear? She's a slight. I think I can take care of that with Phydeaux.
I thought we were were going with smudge. I thought smudge.
Okay, smudge. So I'll eventually get my my rhythm on this camera location. I kind of like having the card up here because I can tell, where I should be working. Now I got to glance every once in a while and make sure that I'm still within the picture frame, the broadcast frame.
Ooh, big mess in here. Your hair is all in the frame.
My hair.
Yep, your hair is.
Like right there? Yeah.
Like, okay, now it's not, but that might have been a while ago. Now it is.
Yeah, wait till you see what's happening in a couple of seconds.
Oh, God. I'm so far behind. I gotta look at this. Yeah, don't do that. Your hair's funny. It looks weird like that, though. Would you like one of my headbands?
No, it's okay.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. I'm kind of used to the whole what would be the Duran look?
Is that what we're calling it?
I don't know what we're calling it. Flock of seagulls. The 80s band. Yeah, my hair is trapped in the 80s.
Yeah, but the 80s were awesome.
The 80s were like the 50s, for the new era. I probably should just freehand this golf club. But, oh well. At least you get to see how a straight line is done with a ruler. Oh, there goes that sniffle again. So working from this angle, you're gonna get to see a lot more of me. How could that be bad?
It isn't. I get to see all of you every day. And it's really good.
The original design behind this whole live stream was we were going to focus on the comic strip, not the cartoonist itself, because no one ever knows or cares about the guy behind it. But I created, write, and draw every single line, and the chief colorist over there does everything else I don't want to do.
That's my job.
Now, if I can only get her to fetch me beer every once in a while, she'd be the perfect woman. But she's okay now.
Yeah, okay. Ditto, honey. He's okay now.
I got sort of a Phydeaux hero pose here. So the next Aliens film, Alien Romulus, starts filming next week in Budapest.
Really?
Really?
I did not see that information.
They've chosen a whole new young Dawson's Creek-like cast of
Dawson's Creek is not young anymore, but okay.
Of rich racially diverse people. They've got the white guy, the white girl, the black guy, the black girl, the Asian. I mean, the perfect mix. It kind of looks like a TV commercial. They got one of everyone there in harmony against the evil alien. So, a cosmopolitan crew of young people go up against the universe's most deadly creature.
And who is that?
Oh, the alien.
Oh.
Yeah. That's
Xenomorph.
Yeah, the xenomorph. That's pretty close to the actual description that the studio put out to the press. I don't think they used the word cosmopolitan mix of young people, but I think they did use young people. So the description says next to nothing. I hope for a great film.
Maybe. You never know.
Well, here's the thing. Ridley Scott really did not do that much damage to the franchise per se when he did his horrible films. He tried to get into all this pseudo-intellectual, philosophical crap, and the films bombed. So they're not gonna finish off the epic with the fingering robot. And instead, they're just gonna start new. But he at least he didn't do any damage.
That's true. That's true.
If it's a word of if Kathleen Kennedy or Victoria Alonso made that film, they would have somehow found a way to damage the franchise. That's just what they do. Boy, I'm sounding like quite the misogynist. No, there are men. No, there are men who destroy franchises too. They took the guy who destroyed Sony's Spider-Man franchise and they gave him Star Trek.
Mm-hmm. What are they going to give him next?
Well, the progression generally is you either go to after this, the progression is you go to Disney. You did such a horrible job over there. We need people like you
to do a more horrible job.
See, what happened with Star Trek is they signed a contract with Secret Hideout, which is J.J. Abrams' company, to make Star Trek films and, Star Trek product. We'll leave it at that. And they couldn't fire him. They could either make the next film with JJ or not make it at all. So, guess what they decided to do? No, to not make it at all. After,
I know.
Well, after what was it? Into Darkness?
I don't know. Was
Yeah.
that the last one?
I don't know. I didn't see it. I saw the first one where Kirk's riding the motorcycle. I was like, yeah, okay. Lens flare, all right. I never knew that they would fly from hyperspace, boom, boom, right into a battle. Wow, what a interesting visual. A stupid idea, but an interesting visual. And then they took that to the extreme, apparently, in the last Star Wars film. Another film I didn't see, where Poe is hyperspace jumping from planet to planet almost, somehow not hitting anything. Yes, interesting visual, but it kind of suspends disbelief. And us sci-fi.
That's all you do now is suspend your disbelief.
Well, us sci-fi nerds, half the fun is to talk about the science behind it as if it was real. And talk about the whole universe as if it was real. We would argue for hours about the most minuscule garbage because that was the fun. As I stated last week, anyone who writes for Star Trek, if they're not carrying around a piece of paper that lists the Starfleet shipyard, you're fired. A fan all by himself made up, by reading every bit of Star Trek literature, the Star Trek shipyard. So every ship that Starfleet has listed with their numbers and probably a brief bio of a few things what they've done. And it makes a whole universe. So when the Enterprise runs across some ship out here in space, if it's not on that shipyard, it doesn't exist. You can't suddenly name a ship after yourself and have it appear on screen. Bad enough, what's his name just had a planet named after himself. Okay. We'll accept it. You can have the Blade Runner planet. Yeah, it looked a little bit like a Blade Runner ripoff. But anyway, I will perhaps binge watch Picard when they finished with this stupid ladling out of the product. But I'm keeping my expectations really low. Either way, I think this will be the last of the Next Generation crew that we ever see, because I can't see them.
Oh, probably.
Patrick Stewart is on his last legs. They barely dragged him across the finish line on this one. Maybe Jonathan Frakes will show up again as an old man. Older old man. I'm told he really steals the show here. And when he was the least charismatic stick in the Next Generation, I'm shocked to hear that he's grown a personality. I look forward to seeing said personality. So they're talking about using this whole Kang the Conqueror thing in the Marvel Cinematic Universe to completely reset everything. So we can hire all new actors. We got a new Tony Stark, a new Captain America, a new everybody.
Just wipe the slate.
Well, as long as there's a penny left on the table to be made, I do recommend they go for it.
True. I'm not against capitalism. You can get money out of something, continue to get money out of it. Just don't basticize it. Just don't.
Yeah. Just don't Kathleen Kennedy it. There are some certain phrases that hit pop culture that the people who own the product don't like. For instance, with Marvel, it's the M, she, you. They instantly don't like it. I think with Star Wars, they really don't like the Andor effect, which I spoke of last week. The Andor effect is from the show Cassian Andor. Actually, just Andor is the name of the TV show. Apparently, it's good, but after so much garbage from Disney with Star Trek, no, so Star Wars, I mean, they can't get an audience. I gave up on Star Wars at The Last Jedi. That was the last Disney Star Wars product I consumed. Now I just watch clips on the internet and make comments and make commentary on it. People aren't even talking about Star Wars anymore. They're in trouble. Which is why Filoni said, "Oh, Luke wasn't a Jedi. He's trying to get people to talk about it." And they finally canceled Discovery, Star Trek Discovery. I didn't know it was still on the air. Yeah, I know. Mike from Red Letter Media hadn't. They used to go over. They used to review those Star Trek shows. They called it the producer's show because they'd sit there and watch the opening credits, and they list 26 producers. And
they were just like 1, 2. They would count them off. Like, oh my god.
But the past couple of seasons, they've completely ignored it in Red Letter Media. They have not reviewed it at all. So it's a shock to hear that it's still on the air, and it's made as many seasons as the other Star Trek.
And all these people, it's funny because now that it's canceled, people are like, oh, Vindicated, and they canceled it, and it was a failure. It was over 6 seasons.
Yeah, that's
not a failure.
Yeah, I think Paramount thinks they had a successful Star Trek run.
Mm-hmm. They kind of did. I mean, no one watched it, so I guess maybe not in that respect.
Well, they originally thought that they would get Netflix to pay for it, and after the first couple of seasons of garbage, Netflix got the hell out of there as soon as they could. Mm-hmm. And then they said, "Oh, we'll make these short treks. It'll be these fun little short minutes with our lovely characters that everyone's going to love, and we'll sell those." They couldn't give those away. What a difference good writing would have made. You people could have had a TV show that someone else paid for and then made extra money off these little things. You had a great idea, just a poor execution. You hired the wrong writer, hired the wrong showrunner. Mm-hmm. And you should have got a hint of how bad he was by his past work. I mean, he's been living off this Oscar he got 20 years ago for something that can be argued he didn't do. You want to see his real work? Look at everything he's done. Look at everything he's done in science fiction and the Marvel universe. Actually, pre-Marvel Spider-Man. When he walked into my office, I knew this was the man to helm Star Trek. Wow. I think that particular statement will go down there with Neville Chamberlain's Peace in Our Time in history as some of the most inaccurate, foolhardy statements made. And all right, let's just get some work done. burning brain cells on bad sci-fi.
Yeah, cut it out.
See, I have the TV on all day when I work, so my requirement for entertainment is there. But Charles, you can entertain yourself with a comic strip.
That's right.
Usually best if you let your mind go into neutral. Cheers, everyone. All right, that's done. Put that up there on the magnets to dry. And let's pull the sucker down. We have some scenes where just that right there. See, I have some incursions of the characters' heads into the word balloons. That's part of the style. And when I do that, I'll have to draw the character first, and I'll draw the word balloon around them. But otherwise, usually we do word balloons first. Yep, no cigar today, people. I didn't get out to the store. Lucky we have non-alcoholic beer.
At least you've got one thing.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a problem here. There's not enough smoky haze. I can actually see the comic strip. So, how's the quality of the broadcast over there?
It looks really good. I'm telling you. I'm impressed with this.
Well, yeah.
This new camera setup.
No, I give it all credit to the good people at StreamYard.
I was just gonna say that, and StreamYard.
Yes.
It looks really good.
Good job, StreamYard.
Mm-hmm. Oh, now I'm sniffling.
It's funny, since I got StreamYard, I'm getting all their commercials. It's like, you already have me. You don't have to give me your commercial.
Every time we turn on the TV, that's the first thing that comes up.
And I watched the tutorials just so I'll have some idea. It was unnecessary. But the lady doing the commercials, hey, I know who you're the woman from the tutorial. So when she says, hi, I'm Molly from StreamYard, yeah, you are. I know you.
From StreamYard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's probably not even an actor. She's probably, like one of the actual
Developers or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's an average-looking woman. I'm not. No, she's perfectly attractive, but say an average in
No, I
that
know what
way.
you mean.
She's not a supermodel. Usually, I hire like a really good ball of fluff for that.
Not stunningly beautiful like your wife.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, just normal looking, like all my mistresses.
Oh! Wow, that was a sad attempt at a Scooby laugh or a
Simpsons. I thought
Simpsons.
it was a Simpsons. Dope.
Dope.
Yeah, you gotta punch it in there.
Dope.
Right.
My eyes are itchy.
Jeez, it couldn't be all this tobacco smoke in the room, could it? Actually, it's not lit. See, that would have been the time in which I could blow a big cloud of smoke.
Big cloud of smoke.
No.
Will you stop blowing your nose on camera?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone wants to hear that.
I usually say a cigar is like a woman. If you don't give it constant attention, it'll go out on you. Well, a pipe is worse.
It is it?
Mm-hmm. You don't give it constant attention, it burns down your house and
Nope.
takes everything you own with it.
Oh, you don't have any windows open.
Okay.
Oh no, you don't have. Aw.
We can hear some of the street traffic.
Oh no, I just realized that's probably why you had it closed.
The camera bouncing up and down.
Oinga.
See, and I set up the cameras over my left shoulder, so I got a tall chair. I just spun it to turn to go to the window, and that's why the camera just went whack. Yeah, that was almost a sentence.
It was. It had the beginnings of it.
Yeah.
It
It just trailed off there in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now what were you saying about itchy eyes?
My eyes were extremely itchy. Are extremely itchy.
Gee, I wonder why.
Could not tell you.
Well, there's that joke. Yeah, we enjoyed it, ladies and gentlemen.
Might have been okay with a little bit shorter of a setup.
There goes that joke. All right, let me just. I think I gotta refill the ink.
How you doing on all your supplies over there?
Well,
you need paper.
Does that? Yeah, we're out of paper. So I think that qualifies as a screw up. I just clicked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 spots of ink.
Oh, really?
Onto the paper.
Okay.
But the thing is, they're small enough, and I'm looking at the strategic locations. I think as long as I don't smear them and make them any worse, I can make them disappear into the drawing. I think I should walk away from this one right now and let it dry. All right. Let me just put this over here by the window. Maybe the cold air from the window will dry it quicker. So I think we are.
See, that's a valuable life lesson. Sometimes you have to put things aside before you can fix them.
Yeah. I don't get it.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Don't jump on your problems.
So,
I don't know.
I'm not going to read this one to this particular audience because it's been. Oh, wow, wait a minute. The camera is really cocked. Let me see if I can straighten the camera out.
Oh, yeah. What did you do?
I hit it with the chair.
I know, but.
Just noticing it. Okay. Well, and it's also. Yeah, hey, I'll pick it up so we're above the. And now's during a broadcast is not the time to be adjusting your camera.
Well, you can't leave a cockeyed either.
Yeah. So anyway, this is the one that we're probably never going to use because it's dirty.
Yeah, Phydeaux.
And since I'm waiting for the other ones to dry.
Ow.
See, we can't use this dirty one because I've drawn Jane with just a little bit too much life. I think the current term is exploitation. Yes, I'm exploiting a cartoon character I created for my own puerile designs.
But anyway. How long have Phydeaux and not Phydeaux? See, I'm giving Phydeaux the credit. How long have Bo and Jane been together now?
Bo, see, the strip's about 6 years old. I'd say she came in year 3, 4.
Mm-hmm. Probably. I thought she was around a lot longer than that. But that's just in my memory.
I had a rotating staff of women, I suppose, coming in and out and Bo screwing up with. But then I decided it made more sense if I gave Dino the job as the lovable loser in love and gave Bo something that approached more stability.
Mm-hmm.
Because I myself am in such a stable relationship, I'm able to produce more stable relationship jokes than I can produce bad relationship jokes.
There you go.
So now we have characters for each.
That works.
Yeah.
You realize we've known each other for almost 20 years. I whispered it because it sounds like we're old.
Well, I'm pushing half a century.
I'm pulling out.
But people live longer these days. I think when my father died at 64.
Is that all your dad was?
Yeah, I plan on living a little bit longer.
Gosh, I hope so.
Oh, he had septicemia.
Mm.
Did I? My hair hit the camera that time. This
Your hair is that strong that it moves the camera? Damn.
Oh, I get the hair sticking out here. It just whapped. Sounds like a pompadour, you know.
Maybe we can make a beehive out of it. Beehive hair, dude.
My Aunt Sandy, when she was younger, had a beehive hairdo. What they did back then is they sprayed it with sugar water to keep it up, and then it got infested with insects.
Yeah.
And it cut it all out. It was just disgusting. So I'm told. Who would have thought if you put sugar water in your hair, it would attract insects?
Go figure.
Gee, from there I went to Sugar Bear, and then I just remembered something else.
What do you remember, my love?
Oh, I put this together for this particular reason. There's a movie out called Cocaine Bear.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And the National Park Service has issued a tweet. Seeing a bear in the wild is a special treat for any visitor to a national park. It is important to remember that bears in national parks are wild and can be dangerous. Don't push a slower friend down, even if you feel like the friendship has run its course. National Park Service, February 28th,
Wow.
2023. And they actually designed and printed this poster. The bear. And remember the old joke, do you think we can outrun this bear? No, I think I can outrun you. I haven't seen Cocaine Bear, but I assume there's a scene in which someone uses his friend as bear bait.
Or just does that exact thing where they just run faster than their friend. I only have to outrun you. Hey, boo boo, where can we get our hands on some of that stash?
Someone did a meme on the internet with marijuana bear. And it's a bear just sitting there playing video games.
Did this bear actually kill anybody, do we know? I don't think so, because they're almost putting this down as like a comedy, right? Or is it not a comedy?
I'll guarantee you 100%. It's like a slasher film. They murder people left and right with the bear.
But did the real bear murder anybody?
What are you talking about, real bear?
Cocaine Bear is based on a true story.
Is it?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I did not know.
That's what I I heard. Let me look it up again. Maybe not a singular bear, but like
Okay.
a plane load of.
I only know the basic bare bones of the story that a bear gets high on cocaine. Are you telling me that in real life a bear got into someone's stash of cocaine and snorted it all up or ate it?
No, I don't think it was. I'm not sure if it was one individual bear, but like
A bunch of bears got into cocaine?
yes, because it was a plane crash.
What, like a drug plane? And they
Yeah.
I'm envisioning like if anyone has seen Romancing the Stone, they run into a plane that had marijuana, like a little Cessna cargo plane, and
Ooh,
they're burning bales of pot to keep warm. So I'm envisioning a bunch of bears sitting around a campfire with the cocaine plane.
The bloody spree that follows the bear's cocaine binge is fictional, but the story about a high bear is very real. Cocaine bear, da da da. Let me find the story. It's like from the 70s, I think. It's not a recent story.
Well, I bet this director of Cocaine Bear is really happy after she nearly destroyed her career with Charlie's Angels.
That was so long ago.
Yeah.
And she did, yeah. Okay, Blue Ridge, Georgia, December 22nd. A 170-pound. Let me start that again. The article is called Cocaine and a Dead Bear. Blue Ridge, Georgia, December 22nd. A 175-pound black bear apparently died from an overdose of cocaine after discovering a batch of the drug. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation said today.
How much cocaine does it take to kill a 175-pound bear?
Apparently, it was a lot of cocaine. The cocaine was apparently dropped from a plane piloted by Andrew Thornton, a convicted drug smuggler who died on September 11th in Knoxville, Tennessee, because he was carrying too heavy of a load while parachuting. Oh, that's interesting. So the guy dropped his cocaine so that he could get to the ground safer, and a bear picked it up. Okay, so the bear didn't. Okay, the cocaine was apparently dropped. The bear was found Friday in northern Georgia amongst 40 unopened plastic containers with traces of cocaine.
So 40 kilos?
I guess so.
That's a lot of weight. I wonder why I dropped it out of the plane. I don't think I want to parachute with 40 kilos on my ass either.
No, you didn't want to die. I don't know why he parachuted out of the plane. Doesn't sound like a plane wrecked or anything.
Well, I assume landing would have gotten him police attention, so he was going to...
Oh, so he was trying to get out. Okay,
Yeah.
That makes sense. Then why parachute yourself out? Just throw the cocaine out.
Well, they've got an airport in Arkansas all set up for the cocaine importation in the United States. I'm guessing he was a freelancer. Oh, let me correct that. For the East Coast importation of cocaine into the United States. The West Coast, they got their completely different system. Remember the famous words of Roger Clinton? My brother's got a nose like a vacuum cleaner.
I didn't know he ever said that.
The FBI's got him on tape.
No, I believe you, but I didn't know that.
The same FBI who, has done stellar work lately.
Anyway.
I hope we can bring justice to the Justice Department someday. How's that laptop doing, Hunter? Oh, you don't have it anymore. The Fed's got it.
You know, the city's kind of quiet today. I mean, there's a lot of
Yeah, there's
activity going on, but not close.
Not much traffic.
I know.
We had a couple of murders not far away from where we're sitting right now, within walking distance of where we're sitting right now.
I don't believe they died.
Oh, okay. Shootings.
Yeah, they were just shot in their car.
Couple of young ladies shot in their car, probably up to some misadventure, but
no,
I don't know.
Random.
People don't waste bullets like that.
Stupid people just doing drive-by shootings do.
And you're saying this was a drive-by?
Well, yeah, they have a video of it. You never saw the video?
No.
The car that got shot at goes to take a right.
Was it road rage?
I don't know. They don't know. They just have the video of them at the intersection. Well, kind of the intersection. The car goes to turn right, and the other car comes up behind it. Not behind it. Comes up like on the street that they just turned the right off of. They stop at the end of the street and they just shoot down to the car.
So I assume if there's video of it, that there's a chance of actually catching the shooters, or are they even going to try?
Who knows? I don't think that the video that I saw, you can only really see the make and model of the car. You can't.
Yeah, that would help.
I know, but it's late at night.
They're not even going to try. They're not even going to try, are they?
Probably not going to try. I really don't think the women died.
Yeah.
I think one was shot in like the hand, and the other one I think has a serious injury, but I haven't looked at it in a while, so I've forgotten all the details. But I want to say one was like shot in the back because obviously they were shooting in that direction towards the car, and the other one got a bullet either shot into the hand or like went past the hand, you know, like hurt it anyway. But.
Yeah. Okay.
But yes, it was within walking distance of here, kind of.
So yeah, we live in a tough city. Cars exchanging gunfire.
Yeah, it's hard here in Mississippi.
No, Chicago. We said we were ill in here.
Oh, Chicago.
We're ill in here. We're ill in here.
The rough streets of Maine.
See, we're trying not to dox ourselves, people. But now all people have to do is look up shootings and.
Oh, from where we are, they could find it in other cities around here.
Really, since I think I listed in my bio Boston cartoonist, I'm not going to get away with saying I'm in Chicago.
And you also gave the name of your studio name, so that didn't help.
What, Cherry Hill Studio from my Cherry drafting board?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see my cherry handled paintbrush. Yeah, so it all ties together.
Where'd you get that name from? Regis Petoff?
Whenever the guy in the jewelry store said, it's not a real name, registered U.S. Patent Office, and he just gave away the whole thing.
But he really didn't, though. He did it in a way that he maybe didn't do it.
When we originally saw it, we said, okay, this has to be the devil, because they gave us, right away in the first scene, someone does something, and the media report, the newspaper is he says the devil made him do it. So now they put that idea in our mind, so we're thinking, oh, this has to be some sort of Stephen King like supernatural bit, and this guy's got to be like the devil. They signed a contract with the devil, which is why the devil's collecting now. Then we figured it was one of those stories. Nope. No, it wasn't. If anything, they made it grounded in a little bit more reality.
Which makes it a little bit more frightening.
No, it's not some supernatural thriller.
No, actually, nothing that happens is supernatural, is it?
I think the closest thing to a supernatural is how he was able to turn that nightclub into an office the next day when the guy came back. That was the only scene where it was like, ooh, it's supernatural. The devil's able to do something. But they completely lost that story. That frame of mind.
Well, and arguably too, you could say that the guy, I don't even remember his name.
What, the programmer?
Yeah.
Let's call him John Smith.
No.
That's not his name.
No.
Why?
I don't want to name him after my cousin. But anyway.
Okay. Juan Smith.
Not any better, but okay. Anyway, arguably you could say that he got confused and went into the wrong place.
His clothes were still sitting there in the closet.
I said arguably. I didn't say yes.
He went back for his clothes. See, they had him switch out into a suit. He goes back the next day to get his clothes and then says, oh, what the hell, and looks into the room where the nightclub was, and it's no longer a nightclub. It's an office. And in fact, it looks like a completely different room because it has windows. And
yeah, that was kind of supernaturally, I guess.
Yeah. So they did subvert our expectations in that way. We were expecting it's the devil all along. Who would have thought it was Jesus instead? I'm joking. I'm joking. No one uses JC anymore.
Oh, sure, somebody does. We just don't see it.
On purpose. So the consultant.
Yes.
Out of 5 stars.
Oh.
What's your take?
Oh, good question. I'm trying to think of a reason not to give it 5 stars.
I'm going straight for a 4-star.
I was gonna say 5.
Which is a strong recommendation to watch.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Citizen Kane. It's not.
Oh no.
Groundbreaking cinema.
No. But it was fun and it was good. And I'm sorry, but that guy's performance was like amazing.
He stole the show, yeah, but it was his show to steal.
Yeah.
The other actors were uninspired. They were nothing. You could have swapped them out for anyone, which is what holds it down to 4 stars.
Yeah, I guess so, but
and
they didn't bother me though. They didn't need to.
Oh yeah. Right. They did what they needed to do.
Right. They were very serviceable, and the lines were delivered pretty well from the guy.
But literally any actresses could have taken their role. Where I think that this guy who played the villain, who played the consultant, is probably one of the few people who could have pulled that off. Mm-hmm. I'll give it to maybe Hugo Weaving could have done an interesting version of it, or maybe some other well-known character actor. But he made him simultaneously creepy, fascinating, and kind
of like nerdy.
Yeah.
Like sometimes he just comes off as somebody who doesn't have any social graces.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he's socially awkward. Oh no, wait a minute, he's pure evil. Oh, crap.
Think, oh, he's gay. Oh no, he's hitting on that woman. It was more, I think, a power thing to him than more than it was anything sexual.
You know, I don't want to give it away, but we're forgetting one giant thing that is quite obviously supernatural.
What's that?
His entire makeup.
Oh, that he was.
No, I don't think you should give that away.
Well, you could say that's just technology. Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic.
True. But that's
as
really,
Mr. Clark said.
But that's really going some. Like, that's really pushing the envelope, so to speak.
I really hate it when people like talk without giving away spoilers. It's like, give me the goddamn spoiler. I'll watch it anyway.
Okay, spoilers. Go ahead.
He was a golden robot.
No, not his body, just his skeleton.
Yeah, gold.
Yeah. He had a completely 100%.
Which is why he was so heavy, and the big payoff in the end of crashing through the glass. But with proper writing, you can make this into a regular TV series and swap out the crappy cast each season. But keep him, or as long as until he ages out, and well, then the show's over. But what's his name again?
Christoph. I thought it was Christopher, but I keep correcting it. Christoph Waltz.
Christoph Waltz. I want to see more of him.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about it now. It's true. He comes off either socially awkward or pure evil, but sometimes in the same sentence. When he calls her to come into work, and she basically says no, she's not going to come into work at 4 o'clock in the morning, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then she hangs up the phone, and then he calls her back as if he never spoke to her before. I'm asking, this is where the Regis cut off. Yes, we just spoke. I was wondering if you could come in early today. Using the same exact phrasing, the same exact tone that he just used when he got off the phone with the report. That was freaky. So it's I guess she's going in.
So it's a video game company, and the founder of the video game company is murdered by a school kid who comes in to just visit. Spoiler alert.
Does he come in with other kids?
Yeah, he comes in with his whole class.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
But that happens in the first minute.
Yeah, that's the first second. So the consultant just shows up one day, well, the next day, literally, and takes over. Since no one in the video game company really knows what to say.
A contract.
He shows a legitimate contract with the guy's signature.
Mm-hmm. With the guy who just was killed, his signature, giving him, carte blanche to do what he needs to do at the office.
And he's a problem solver. And
mm-hmm.
this is a business that had only a couple of months left to be able to pay its paycheck.
He's lining up the people and smelling them.
Okay. There was never a payoff to that. Why?
Yes, there was.
What?
It was the guy. They tried to fire that guy.
Yes, I know. But what was he? Yes, what was he smelling? What were they just dirty?
Body odor.
So the guy just didn't take a shower?
Well, maybe he just had a weird body odor.
What was the smell of dying or decaying flowers that he speaks of?
It was the person's body odor, I guess.
Again, that led to nothing.
Well, but it was funny.
Oh, yeah.
And it was all part of his, correction of the place.
Yeah.
And his control. So
you have to assume that he knew that the other guy had put a tracker on his cell phone, which is why he led him to the porta potty
Yes.
when he was trying to track him.
Yeah.
So then we'll also have to assume that he's completely fully aware of all the cameras in the office.
Yeah, I would assume so.
And he learned of those cameras because she stupidly left her laptop with him to show the statistics of the video game that they were trying to sell.
The two protagonists, I guess, kind of make a lot of stupid mistakes that kind of help him along.
Mm.
But
so the writer of the novel was actually also the writer of this show.
So that helps things out a lot.
Well, there's a problem in that if we want to continue this show, has he blown his wad? I mean, does he have anything left?
Have to look him up to see what else he's written.
He does reference the job that this consultant did beforehand, which was for an artificial limbs company.
Oh yeah.
And then they list the job he's moving on to next, which is a robotic company that makes robots. What the way his contract works is he doesn't do any consultant work until the guy who's in charge, the founder, whoever it is, dies. So so that's why I thought it was a deal with the devil sort of situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But he does make them he says to them, "I won't start working until after you die." But then after they do the whole contract and set up all the stuff, he does tell them that pretty much they have to die.
The guy in our show, he tells him when he's going to die. And okay, why did he perform oral stimulation on?
I don't know if they ever actually gave
another thing they didn't really pay off, huh?
They didn't really pay off on that.
Yeah.
They did do the scene in the office, but they didn't show why he ended up.
They got right up to that point, yeah.
It's a good show. I don't know if we're doing it justice, but it's a good
show. No, we're not doing it justice. All right. The strip that will never be seen. We're not taking your truck. Why not? Because I'm in a dress. Hey, everybody, here comes the dog. Phydeaux, you're not in today's comic strip. The audience wants to see me, not Jane in a short dress. But the cartoonist likes to draw her. Yeah. That one will never appear. You guys are the only ones who get to see it. And I only worked on today because waiting for this sucker to dry over here. Let's see, how my ink spot's doing. Yeah, see, still smearing.
Stop the smear.
Well, this is out of the pen. This is out of the border, so I can cover it white out.
Stop the smear.
See, if I have any smears in here, if I have to white out, when the chief colorist gets in there, the color doesn't stick the same way as it would to real paper. What they need to do is design a liquid paper that's actually paper and not just some stupid white paint.
Well, I think too it's
supposed Let's get Michael Nesmith's mother working on that. Oh no, we can't. She's gone.
He's gone.
Yes. Well.
And he was in his 70s. So she's all gone.
Oh. Well, I can't work on that because due to an ink spill, we are at an impasse. Well, is this a good time to stop this broadcast? How long are we into it? Okay, StreamYards. You people up here, StreamYards. I have one criticism. There doesn't seem to be a timer on this that tells me how long I've been doing this.
Oh, that's kind of surprising.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Yep, there it is. Thank you, StreamYard. It's actually right there in the upper left-hand corner on my screen. I don't know. Yeah, it's not on the It's not on your broadcast screen, but it's on my. We've been at this at 1 hour 40 minutes, so actually it's a good time to stop. Thank you for joining us for this Phydeaux Livestream 34, the first professionally produced one, I believe.
Looking good.
And
Getting better every week.
Yeah, despite the fact that I knocked the camera over.
Well, it's still a work in progress.
Don't move the camera when you're doing the broadcast. But see, we got up there the famous magnets that I cover the comic strip in. Here's my comics calibrator. So, there we go. Let's leave the camera down there. Well, see you next week.
Bye.